What up, man? K in the building. Just a quick introduction again about the Men Up Black Man. Men Up Black Man is not about trying to say men must man up and take responsibility of raising their kids, of their own lives, of anything like that. No, no, there's nothing to do with that. Now we want to build up the black man. Want to build up the black man to not fall for what's happening outside. It's the red pill manosphere that we're going to be discussing. So, with that, we are going to be discussing everything from how to make yourself a better person, how to see women's nature out there, and how not to fall for these tricks, how to make sure that you, as a black man, man up and actually face the true reality of what's happening out there. We're going to be discussing things that, like I said, women's nature, hypergamy. We're going to be discussing how you make yourself your mental point of origin, how you make yourself the most important thing when you make every single decision. We are going to discuss how the red pill came about, the philosophy behind it, the history behind it. We're going to be discussing masculinity. We are going to be discussing what needs to happen in any situation that you're faced with. We're going to discuss how relationships are actually ending, how it's our fault, how marriages and relationships are ending, how we are self sabotaging ourselves and blaming women for how we react to situations. So we're not going to be blaming situations. We're not going to be blaming women what they are doing. It is their nature. We're just gonna be focusing solely on how do we react on situations. So we'll be going through some videos and seeing how what went wrong. We're gonna be going through news that's happening in the media, reacting to it. We're gonna be getting guests on the show on how do we better ourselves as men. We are going to be going out there and actually dealing deep into all of this thing, but the red pill through the manosphere. So, like the channel is, it's awaken the manosphere. It's awakening what needs to be done, what needs to happen for us men to be better of ourselves. So, one thing that we're also going to be looking at extensively is masculinity, like I've mentioned. So, with the masculinity, what we're going to be doing is looking how do we become more masculine, because we're also going to be showing that the trend has shown how the world is being feminized, how men are being feminized. How do I mean by that is by when a man's they've been told to wear like a pink shirt and the guy doesn't like it. A feminized world would then say to them or say to us and say, what does it compromise the masculinity? It could just be that you don't like the actual pink t-shirt. So that is part of how the world has feminized us men. So it's now getting back our masculinity, getting back our manhood. We also going to be looking at in the masculinity section of it, we're also going to be looking at how do we get back the authority with all the responsibilities that we have been given and all the accountabilities that we've been given, but we do not have authority over those things. How are we then given responsibilities and accountability of things, but we are not given the authority over them? How do we become the drivers in our relationship? We're going to be talking about my own personal experience. We're going to be bringing people on the show to actually talk about their own personal experience. So at the end of the day, we have to go ahead and now we basically, me, Man K, we're bringing in the red pill into a South African context. I'm a guy from the Western Soweto as well. So I'm bringing my point of view, what I've learned, and handing over to you guys. It's going to be a discussion. It's going to be a view on how it should be, teaching us that in the past 20, 30 years, how it has changed and how we are so focused on women and not focused on ourselves. How we think that asking women how they should be treated, that they will literally tell us the whole truth, for instance. So, with this awakening of the manosphere, we're basically going to look primarily on women nature and Njolo the dating, intersexual relationship dynamics. Ka sekgowa ba re yalo. But us, we're going to be looking at the dating. How does it affect us? How do we become better for ourselves so we can become better for our women, but primarily for ourselves. We're also going to be looking at finances, integrating into that. How do we use our finances in terms of relationships? How we get control of our finances? Like I said, we don't have any authority. All series is going to be the red pill definition. So the first season, the first series is going to be red pill the definition. We're going to dive down in, like I said, the history of it, and we're going to dive down into the happenings of how it came about. A quick introduction, if you don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to the red pill, if you go look, the how the name came about is from the not the philosophy, but the name of the red pill came from the Matrix itself, where Neo was told, you take the red pill, we show you the true meaning of a holistic way, in an idealistic, in a more feminized way that women would like us to see the world for them to literally benefit more from it. So from that, hit the like button, smash that like button, subscribe with your friends, wherever we are. As I said, we're going to be taking the red pill and looking at it through statistics. We're going to be doing your research through statistics of how it influences our country. In our country, Mzansi, we're also going to be looking at how our women are behaving, how our men are behaving towards our women, raising our kids, how we handle money, and how we get back our balls, so to speak, how we get back our masculinity. So check us out, check me out. The first one will be aired on Friday, this coming Friday. Probably go live again, air it out, and actually come through. So spread this message, and yeah, man, let's get better, man. Let's get back our masculinity. Let's get back our manhood. Let's man up as black men and get ourselves back, man. See you guys on Friday. This is this coming Friday on the 29th, that we will be getting down and discussing the red pill. It's gonna be about 30 to about 45, if not an hour max, live stream. So come along, spread this message, and yeah, man, see you then.